to the Polettirosa Homestead. Well, today I have no bread left in the house for me. So I thought, why don't I do a video for you all and show you how I make my no knead sandwich bread. What's nice is my fingers sometimes have the arthritis in it and it just hurts to knead it. So you do have the option. You do not have to knead it, or you can knead it, okay? So why don't we get together, have a nice cup of coffee, relax, and make some no knead sandwich bread. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to proof your yeast. Basically what that means is you're going to start letting it bubble up, okay? It's the best thing to do because if you don't proof your yeast, you could do all this, you could waste all your flour and all the ingredients you're going to put together, and your yeast went bad and your bread comes out to be like that, hard as a rock, something you don't even want to eat. So the best thing to do is always to proof your yeast first. So to proof it, all you need is 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, or one of your packets. So 1, 2, and the best thing about doing this is you just take this, you don't waste this. Don't throw it away when you're done. You just take this, and this is what you're going to use for your bread. And what you want to do, and I always have to look at this, I don't know why, but I do. In a 1/4 cup of warm water, not hot, warm. And you need your 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. And sometimes I forget where I put things. That's because I move everything around all the time. And just stir it up. And after you stir it all up, you're going to wait anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes because our elevation is over 1,000. I usually wait the 10 minutes. If you're real close to sea level, or you're like, you know, below, I would say 500 feet, you probably only have to wait the 5 minutes. Make sure you get all that yeast in the water. And that's it. I will be back in about, well, for your time, it's only going to be like a minute. But for my time, it will be about 10 minutes, and I'll let you I'll show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so now, sit back, have your cup of coffee, and relax. I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you what it looks like at about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Now, I could use this right now if I wanted to. That it shows that the yeast is good, but I'm going to wait just a little bit while longer. Be right back. Okay, now you may not be able to see it, but it has come up a lot. So we're going to start our video. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get our ingredients together. You need a nice big bowl. This is old. This was my husband's aunt's. You need 6 cups of flour. You need a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, a quarter cup of butter melted, and I'm going to put that in the microwave now, and 3 cups of warm water. I wait to the very last minute to get the 3 cups of warm water. So I'm just going to put the butter in to start getting it to melt. So what you want to do is you want to add in your 6 cups of flour. And don't be like me where you get it all over the place. And then you want your flour, you want your salt, and your your sugar. And you want your yeast. So my suggestion is to get a nice whisk. And now my yeast is mostly all bubbles. There's not a lot of water in that. Make sure you get it all out because you want all that good yeast in there because you want your bread to rise. And then just whisk it together. Of course, it's going to be still very floury. But you want to make sure that yeast gets around as much of the flour as you can get it around. And as you can see, it's still really floury. I just got more flour out. I'm so bad today. Okay, now you want to add your butter. And I just put mine in 30 seconds. Then what I'm going to do is I'm getting my 3 cups of warm water. My first cup I'm going to add into the cup that I had the butter in, just to let you see, so that you know what I'm doing, not that you're like, what is she doing? I don't want to miss all that butter flavor. Butter makes everything better. Okay. Now at this point, depending upon what kind of bowl you have, you can put it in your mixer with your dough attachment. But I wanted to show you how I do it without that. And you want to form a wet, sticky dough. Now at this point, do not preheat your oven because you're going to have to put this in the oven with the light on, the dough, when we're done. For about, if you're using active yeast, it's about an hour and a half. And if you're using instant yeast, I would say 1 3/4 hours. Now, one thing with using the dough attachment, you don't have this problem. I should say if you're using your blender. This one's not being very kind to me today. Basically, all you're doing is you're getting as much, try to get all of the flour that's still in that sticky dough mixture. You want to get as much of that flour into that dough mixture. That's basically the whole thing that you're doing right now. Look at this. And I go around the side of the bowl just to make sure I'm getting that as much of the flour up as I can get. I need a heavy duty whisker. I got my kitty cat buddy sitting here watching me. He watches me, then he watches his daddy, then he watches me, then he watches his daddy. It's like he's checking up on us. Is Mom doing that recipe right? I gotta check to make sure she's doing it right. And basically now I'm just taking a spatula and getting the dough off the bottom of this bowl. And when I get all that off, then it's really super easy. You just put a plastic wrap on top of this and set it. I set it in the oven because it's with the light on, and it works fantastic that way. I think it's just because of this whisker, but I'm just going to go in and try to get that little bit of dough on the bottom up. I'm not kneading it now. I don't want to knead it. I just want to mix the bottom. And you'll start seeing as you're just moving it around, I'm not kneading it, I'm just moving it around. See, I'm just moving it around just to get all that flour up. You're going to start seeing the bottom of your bowl starts getting really clean. See, the bottom of the bowl is clean. It's the sides that aren't. But we don't care about the sides. I mean, I'm rolling it now on the sides just to show you. And like I said, form it into like a little ball type of thing. Ball type of thing. I have a problem with things sometimes. Just like my better half. We both say, you know that thing? And I know the other person doesn't know what that thing is, but and if you have some dough on your fingers, no big deal, just rub them together. As long as it comes off when you're rubbing it together, it's all done. If it's still really wet, that's not good. And just get it into a little ball shape. Get your plastic wrap. Oh. Now some people do put a towel over it. You could do that also. Oh, I thought this plastic wrap was wide enough. It's not. Okay, I'm just going to do the old way. Just put a towel over it and put it in your oven with the light on. I'm only leaving mine an hour and a half because I'm doing the active yeast. Okie doke? So I'm going to put this in the oven. For you, it will only be a few seconds. For me, it's about an hour and a half. So I'll see you when I get done. Again, well, it's been an hour. I know it's only been seconds for you. But my timer's going off, so let me take it out. And let's see what it looks like. It feels heavier. Ooh, let me bring it closer. It has gotten a lot bigger. So now we just want to get it all together. It's sticking a little bit on the bottom, which is okay. I just roll it to move it around. And then take it out. I usually take a small piece and rub it in the bowl to get any little pieces out. Okay. What you want to do, I forgot to take off the thing. What you want to do is you want to just move it around a little bit. It's not kneading it, you're just moving it around. Then what you want to do is you want to divide this in two because this is for 2 loaves. Okay. My little splitter here. And then I've got 2 glass bread loaf dishes. And I just kind of roll these like in length a little bit. Put them in the loaf pans. Now what you're going to do is you're going to put it back in the oven until the dough reaches the top of this glass pan. Okay? Then what you're going to do is set your oven at 375 degrees. Okay? So we will be back once the dough reaches the top of the pan. See you in a bit. Okay, so my bread has risen. I'm excited. So it has reached the top. As you can see, it's all up at the top. So now all you have to do is set your oven at 375. And 40 minutes, and it's done. You have fresh no knead sandwich bread. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I'd love to read your comments. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Right now is a time where I'm going to start putting more videos on again. Over the winter, it's kind of hard because you don't really do too much. But I do have growing all different kinds of things, as you saw in the pictures that I had. And I would love for you to join me on this journey, and I'd love to get some more subscribers. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. At the end, once it's all done, I will show you a picture of what it looks like. Just a picture. Have a great day. Bye-bye.